I'm Aaron Van Zoren. I'm a project manager with the team. I work with a lot of our clients just to really understand what their needs are and find out kind of what the best way is that we can help them kind of solve those needs. And then from there, of course, making sure that they know what's going on with the project at all times, make sure that they're up to date on what's happening, they know they get regular status updates, really just so that they're not feeling like they're in the dark when they're working with us, that they can really they feel involved, but they don't feel like they have to take care of everything. They feel like we can take ownership for them. This project is a really fun project to work on. We actually were able to work with this construction company based out of Denver. They're currently working with a lot of companies. They're actually working on a lot of different construction projects across the entire western half of the United States. And really, there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of stuff that they need to do. And unfortunately, they were spending a lot of time stuck just on administrative work. So when we started working with them, really we went through, it's like, here's the stuff we got to keep track of, here's everything that we got to do. We really just helped, okay, what's the best way that we can combine these 5, 6, 7 different programs they're already using, just kind of bring it into a single platform. Really, helping them save a lot of their time on administrative work, but also actually better manage their projects, stay on top of everything, better able to serve their clients as a result. And actually able to keep up more on their accountability standards and OSHA requirements with a lot of their superintendents and subcontractors out in the field. When people first get onto the system, when superintendents first accessing the system, or even the project managers, they're immediately brought to this homepage. It just brings up a map of all of their projects. Sometimes when they're planning out a day, then it's just like, okay, who's going to be able to get to what? Sometimes things need to shift around a little bit. So they actually get here, they're able to view a project right off the bat. Just see, here's where all of the projects are, here's everything I need to look at. They can instantly bring up details, see everything that they need, and have that information ready to them at a glance. So the project completion, based on how much is done, how much of every activity they need to do for every building is already complete, how far complete is it, how much is left to be done, and they actually get a quick report just as a weighted average, a weighted percentage, tell them, here's what we have, here's what's done. Then really as a superintendent, they're able to then go into that project, go in here, they can start editing, and they can actually go in and start filling out just updating details as needed. So as something gets completed, they can actually increase, they can actually mark how much is completed for each building. So they can go to a building and they can say, yeah, the carpentry, we actually made a lot of progress. It's not 10% done anymore, it's now 50% done. They update that, save the details, and it'll actually update that for the rest of the system. Update all of their numbers, tell them here's exactly where everything's at. They'll actually get that instant update for everything from project delays to progress, and even just some of their review process when it comes to having a superintendent walk the building when it's complete, just signing off on things being complete, or the client saying, yep, everything's done, we're happy with the results of everything, and even just notifying tenants for places that are just more of a maintenance type of situation. Saying it's like, hey, we're going to be working on this through Friday. They know the tenants are already updated through this. They know that it's all going to happen, so that they know that there's not really any surprises there, and everybody's up to date on the details. All of this, they add all these details. They can add notes about the project, the daily journal, everything to keep progress up to date on the project. All of that is saved and actually on a weekly basis. One of the cool features that we're able to do that actually save them a lot of time and help them serve their clients better is they're actually automatically producing weekly update reports. Before, they were only able to do this for 1 or 2 clients, and it was a very special situation. It actually took them a lot of work. It wasn't something they were able to offer to many of their clients. This is all automated now. It's automatically produced as a PDF and sent out to the client every week. So the clients always know, here's what's going on with the project, here's the status of things, so they're never in the dark about what's going on. That's a cool thing that they've been able to actually add as an additional offer for their clients, just to better serve their client base, and really just do what they do better. So really, this is actually one of the projects that we have set up here, and we're able to very quickly just see all the details about the project. If we need to reference anything, we can get right to the client, right to those details as needed. But really, every day when a superintendent's coming in here to check things out, we actually have the ability to just come in, they get this checklist of items that they can go through, make sure that everything's getting done. Unfortunately, because there's just so much to do, and they're actually often managing multiple projects per superintendent, many of these items, these to-do lists, they just weren't getting done. A lot of it was falling through the cracks, or sometimes, even in some unfortunate situations, things were being said they were getting done and it just wasn't getting handled as needed. So they were missing a little bit of accountability, and just with the scope of everything, it was hard to keep on top of it. So we actually installed this checklist for them that allows them to actually just stay on top of everything that needs to happen, go through, make sure everything happens here. Some of these things actually require a little more than just saying we did it. So for example, they can go in and they'll fill out a safety inspection report. This is usually one of the first things they do when they get onto the field. And they'll actually fill in who they are, a couple basic details. A lot of that stuff will be preloaded for them, and let them start filling it in. It's got automated details in there as far as the date and time, their location. Keeping track of some of that. If there's something where there's maybe a violation of the safety requirements, they can give them a warning or even fine them, or even mark that they're removing them from the job site if needed. But they're able to add those details right here. They can actually they'll of course sign off on this document, as well as they can actually have the subcontractors sign off saying like, yes, I did get a heads up with this, and yes, I'm aware of all of this. So they can actually get that full level of accountability. And really, a large part of what they want to do is they want to make sure that they get photos added to get photos actually taken with this to kind of substantiate some of the items on here. So they can actually do this a lot of times just from a mobile device, just using an iPad here, where they're able to actually go through the same entire checklist out in the field, take photos directly from their device, and actually just attach them directly to the report, which will then get saved as a PDF and actually synced with their Dropbox account and just thrown into their entire file structure. So they'll have that permanently saved in their file storage. They have access to it anytime they need to. One of the nice things we've been able to do that really helps them just actually support their clients better is actually offering that weekly update, that automated reporting. So this is a automatic report that's sent out to them with the status of their project once a week, saying, yep, here's the progress of each building that we've got on the that we've got for your project. Here's every building we're working on. Here's the status of each task for that building. Here's the dates that we've got notified through, and the walk dates, and some of those things that we have set up. They can see delays, additional notes, photos of the project. All of those details are sent automatically to the client. They get an instant look at, here's where my project's at, here's what's going on, so that they're never in the dark about what's going on with their system. What we can do for you is we can help you build out a system that's really going to allow you to focus on what you do best, which is taking care of your clients, serving them, and actually working on construction work. Getting projects done and keeping your clients up to date is really what you guys focus on. That's the day-to-day. That's what you need to do as part of your job, as part of your company. You don't want to be spending a bunch of time just doing daily administrative work and just going through stuff. It's not what you want to be working on, especially if you're going through a growth phase. So really what we have here is a system that allows you to streamline those operations, reduce a lot of that administrative stuff, without reducing the level of accountability. Have you actually increase the amount of accountability, so you can make sure you're communicating better and you're staying on top of what needs to happen with your superintendents on a daily basis, and with every project, every subcontractor, to make sure your clients are staying up to date so they know what's going on. But of course, you also are making sure that you're staying in track with OSHA requirements by keeping track of your documentation. And you're not losing any of those details, but you're actually reducing the amount of administrative work needed to create that. So you can really streamline your day-to-day and focus on what you do best.